tablespoon and a half of coconut oil in my frying pan. I'm using a frying pan, something non-stick, because it allows me to use less oil than, let's say, something that's not non-stick. I have here 1 cup of prepared salted cod, and I do apologize if I sound nasally. It's been a terrible couple weeks for me with allergies ever since I moved to Canada. My heat is on medium-low. Ever since I moved to Canada, way back when, I developed severe allergies to the outside and stuff like that. Never seasonal, it's always all year, and to the point where I had to start taking an allergy shot, a specially designed allergy shot every week. The problem with the allergy shot, there was a steroid in there, and I man put on about anywhere from 50 to 70 pounds complements of that steroid. The salted cod, if you want, basically all I did was I soaked it in boiling water, I squeezed it, and then I shredded it. This is supposed to be boned or boneless salted cod, but while I was going through the process, I still kept an eye out for any bones which may have still hung around. And as the temperature comes up there and you start seeing that little sizzle happening there are 3 elements I really want to shine through with this Ackee and Saltfish fried rice. 1, I want it to be a tasty fried rice. 2, I want that saltfish to shine through, and I want the Ackee to be present as well. To that, while I have that going on that little sizzle there, I'm going to go in with some diced bell pepper, and that is just going to brighten things up and add some more body and everything else to this fried rice. And it's rice that I had left over in the fridge there, and it's about 3 cups of cooked parboiled brown rice. Any rice you have on hand will work. What I would recommend doing is try to keep it in the fridge. It gives you a more grainy or a more shelly fried rice. I'm going to hit that with a bit of fresh ground black pepper. White pepper is not my thing. So I don't really stock it in the house. It's now time to add some diced onion to the mix, and as that onion start to join the fun there, I have some fresh thyme. I just want the baby leaves of the thyme in there. We don't need the sprigs, so all that nice thyme is in there. Full list of ingredients. This recipe will be posted on CaribbeanPot.com if you're wondering. Just going to hit that, another quick stir, and I just want that on that gentle heat to sweat down, to soften up the onion and the pepper, to help the salted cod do its thing and release its wonderful flavors. With the Ackee came straight out of a can, and being very gentle, I opened the can, I put it into my strainer, and I ran cool water through it just to get rid of most of that brine and that salt that it's been packaged in. At this point, I'm just going to clear a little space here, and I'm going to add my crushed garlic, and that is homemade crushed garlic. If you all recall, I shared that video with you about a week ago. Just going to hit that another little mix. So you can check that video, youtube.com/CaribbeanPot, and it's a great little way to help preserve garlic if you buy in bulk and you don't want it going bad on you. Everything is nice and soft now. The kitchen has the lovely aroma. I love saltfish. Now I'm using salted cod, as I said in here, but if all you can afford or if all you can find is salted pollock, it's a great option. Being very gentle, we're going to add the Ackee to the pot, and with care we're just going to sort of fold it because it's very gentle. Yeah, I know a lot of you looking at this, if you've never seen Ackee before, I'm thinking, well, Chris, that is eggs. Yeah, it does have this sort of texture of scrambled eggs, but I'm telling you, the creaminess, the buttery kind of flavor, and it soaks up that saltfish. And this is my idea of breakfast for dinner or breakfast for lunch, because Ackee and saltfish is one of my favorite breakfast items coming out of the Caribbean. I kid you not. I turned up my heat to medium high now because there's a tiny bit of water came into the pot here, into the pan when I added the Ackee. Now again, we got to be very gentle here because this can fall apart quickly on you. Now what I'm going to do is push everything to the side, push it over, because I really want to maintain some of the integrity of the ackee. I'm just going to push everything over like so. Turn my heat down to medium low again. Going to push my pan over a little bit so this area is directly below the flame. And here's where I'm going to add my rice, and I'm just going to squish it down. I want to warm up that rice before we start folding in the ackee and saltfish base that we created there. That there is some mushroom flavored soy sauce that I added, and I'm just going to mix that up right in here just to give it that sort of Asian twist to a classic Caribbean ackee and saltfish or Jamaican ackee and saltfish. Now, in my other fried rice videos, you see me add light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, hoisin. Sometimes I add oyster sauce in there. This time, the only sort of flavor I want, I add Shaoxing wine. I add a 5-spice powder at times. All I want this time is that mushroom flavored soy sauce, because I really want to keep the richness of the ackee and saltfish in the rice. All we're trying to do at this point is to warm through that rice. Earlier, you could have added Scotch bonnet pepper to the mix if you want to give it a kick. I'm trying to avoid that Scotch bonnet today. I don't want this spicy because this is what Zaire and I will have for lunch today. Yeah, Mr. Man trying ackee and saltfish fried rice today. Don't study that. Anyhow, we just want to warm that through. Here is where now I'm going to add my scallion to the mix. And I like adding it here. And then I'm going to just work that in because I want the onion flavor prevalent in the rice. Yeah? I'm going to shut the stove off now and then give everything a mix to combine, because the residual heat in the stove here is enough to finish this off for me. Sup soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me, email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie? So all you would do is scoop, push, just being very gentle, just to fold that ackee and saltfish base that we created into everything. Notice how simple that was, and I'm telling you, this is one of the most iconic fried rice you will ever eat. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure having you all in the kitchen with me. I'm not sure how many of you make this already, but for so many of you, this is going to be a first-time thing, and it's a great way to use ackee and saltfish. You know, just look at that niceness now. I'm telling you, boy, that's pure niceness. What's up, soldiers? Don't forget to click subscribe. If you've already clicked subscribe, hit that bell notification thing. I want to all you missing out on the new videos, man. Come on, click.